Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy, the Aquatic Charizard here, and today we're going to be taking an in-depth look at the origins of Gen 7's mysterious Marshadow. If you're as excited as I am to find out what exactly inspired this Pokemon, go ahead and smash that like button and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's take a dive into the origins of Marshadow. Marshadow is a mythical Pokemon that was introduced in Generation 7 as the last Pokemon in the National Pokédex. Marshadow is the only known Ghost/Fighting type Pokemon and is categorized as the Gloom Dweller Pokemon, which describes its habits of cautiously lurking around in shadows actually pretty good. Not much else is known about Marshadow, but I think we can get a better understanding of Marshadow once we get into its origins. First, we're going to take a look at Marshadow's name. Marshadow is a combination of martial arts, referring to its fighting type, and shadow, referring to its ghost type and shadowy nature. Its name could also very well be a combination of Marcher and Shadow, Marcher referring to one of its potential inspirations. Now that we have a decent understanding behind Marshadow's name, let's figure out what inspired Marshadow's design as well as its characteristics. Marshadow's Pokédex entry from Pokemon Moon states, "It lurks in the shadows of others, copying their movements and powers." This directly relates to Marshadow's main inspiration, a combat training exercise known as shadow boxing. Shadow boxing is an exercise used by boxers and other martial artists in which the fighter throws punches at an empty space. This technique is used mainly to prepare the muscles before the person training engages in stronger physical activity. Shadow boxing is also usually used to maintain a fighter's rhythm and show the fighter how they would look at that stage of training against a certain opponent. Shadow boxing inspired the way Marshadow hides in the shadows, watching people and Pokemon train. It hides in the shadows in order to copy their movements and rhythm in order to further its own fighting technique. It is also very interesting to note that shadow boxing is a term used in psychology. This definition of shadowboxing refers to the process of overcoming a negative self-image which, for example, prevents one from achieving success. The other half of Marshadow's Pokédex entry from Pokemon Moon reads, "This Pokemon is craven and cowering." Craven means lacking the least bit of courage, or to be extremely cowardly, and cowering means to crouch in fear or of great shame. These traits that Marshadow has are viewed as very negative. If we take all of this evidence in mind, we can come to the conclusion that Marshadow may have been inspired by both of these definitions of shadowboxing. It may have been inspired by the physical technique of shadowboxing, hence its fighting, ghost-type ability, and shadowy nature in order to hide and copy movements of other Pokemon, and these negative traits may have come from shadowboxing, the term used in psychology. This is very interesting. Many Alolan Pokemon seem to have been inspired by Hawaiian legends, and it seems that Marshadow may have been as well. It looks like Marshadow may have been inspired by the Hawaiian legends of the Hukapo, or more commonly called the Night Marchers. Night Marchers are said to be the spirits of deceased ancient Hawaiian warriors. The Night Marchers are seen primarily at night marching across burial sites and many other sacred places located in Hawaii. They march in large groups and are said to harm or even kill anybody who happens to see them, unless the person who has seen them is related to one of the deceased warriors. Night Marchers are easily recognized by a number of traits. Each of the ghostly warriors are completely decked out in decorative armor and headgear. They each carry large candles or torches which burn extremely bright, and wherever they march, loud, thunderous drumming can be heard. Marshadow seems to share many similarities with the Night Marchers. For instance, Marshadow seems to be wearing what seems to be decorative headgear that somewhat resembles the headgear and helmets of ancient Hawaiian warriors. One of the most prominent features of the Night Marchers are the bright torches they carry and the flames that burn bright. Marshadow seems to be referencing these torches when it's using its signature Z move. When angered or attacking, such as using its signature Z move like I mentioned, Marshadow's fighting spirit begins to burn, causing the headgear, bulbs on its wrist, and its collar to flare up and change to a light green and yellowish color. Marshadow's eyes also seem to flare up, but they do not change color. Do these similarities 100% mean that Marshadow is in fact inspired by the Hawaiian legends of the Night Marchers? Possibly, because as we know, Alola is based off Hawaiian, and many Pokemon, Alolan Pokemon, are based off Hawaiian legends and Hawaiian flora and fauna. So yes, maybe Marshadow is based off the Night Marchers. But there are other things in Hawaiian culture that Marshadow could be based off of. One of these things is the Hawaiian legends of the Menehune, or Menehune, a mythical race of dwarves or little people said to live on the islands of Hawaii. These little people stand at only 2 feet tall, exactly the same height of Marshadow, and are masters of stealth, as they are said to hide themselves away from the people of Hawaii, almost exactly how Marshadow hides themselves from people and other Pokemon. So far as we know, Marshadow could be based off of the boxing technique, shadow boxing, or the Hawaiian legends of the Night Marchers or the Menehune. But even though we may know the inspiration of Marshadow, how does its typing fit in with its inspirations? So the last thing we gotta figure out is how Marshadow's typing fits in with the inspirations. Marshadow is a fighting type Pokemon because of the shadow boxing aspect of the Pokemon, and a ghost type because of its ties to the Night Marchers. Marshadow could also be a ghost type because of its shadowy nature. Now how does the Menehune inspiration tie into Marshadow's typing? It could tie into the ghost typing because Menehune are known to be reluctant and very mysterious creatures, but then again it could also play no part in the typing. So that's it guys, Marshadow was inspired by the ghostly ancestors of Muhammad Ali. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope you learned something new about the origins of Marshadow from this video. Thanks for watching. Let me know what your favorite thing about Marshadow is in the comment section down below, and if you want an in-depth look into the origins of your favorite Pokemon, let me know what that Pokemon is and I might just make another video like this in the future. Remember to like and share this video because sharing is just a great thing for the channel. It lets more people see this video and that's something I want to see. I want to spread this video to as many people as I can. That is my #1 goal. And remember guys, if you happen to spot some Night Marchers late at night, stop, drop, and hope your great-great-grandmother was an ancient Hawaiian warrior. I'll catch you guys later.